Well, Nico, thanks for joining us. How was your summer, first things first?
Brilliant. I think I've never had such a long vacation, so it was kind of weird actually to have 7 weeks.
Mm.
So, but yeah, it was nice to have a break.
What did you get up to?
I was 10 days in Spain with some friends, and other than that, I was just at home training quite a lot without saying that I trained the whole vacation, but I was training quite a lot, yeah. So it was nice.
Back for pre-season here in Girona. You joined us on Friday. How's it treating you so far?
Oh, it's been nice. Like it was a bit quiet 2 days at home at the training ground, where the other guys were down here. So it was nice to be back here with the team, socialize, just be together with everyone else. So I'm glad to be here.
And your rehab progressing well? Give us a bit of an update on that one.
Yeah, when was it? I think it was our second training or something. I twisted my ankle, so really unlucky. But now it's going forward. I think I'll be back hopefully for some game minutes against Cardiff next week. So it's going really well at the moment. Yeah.
We'll talk about next season in a bit, but we'll look at last season firstly. How much are you enjoying your time at QPR nearly a year in, and life in West London in general?
I don't know who I spoke to, or if it was Jim or Anstey, I think, when I first came. And they told me, like, if we're winning games in QPR, I think there's no better place to be, because it's in London. It's also a brilliant stadium. We have, like, really unique, so, and the fan base. So I think even though we had not the best season, I would say, but still I felt it already in some of my first games against Luton away, I think, where I scored. Like, after the game, it was something I never really had experienced before, like with the fans, the whole atmosphere, and I think that's really what I take with me now. After the first year, even though it's been tough, I think we've got a brilliant support the whole season. Also, when it didn't go as planned or didn't go as well, then we had a lot of numbers going away even, and also at home. So I think, of course, it's been ups and downs also personally, but in the end, when it went quite well, I really enjoyed everything. Like, yeah, just enjoyed it.
You mentioned the win at Luton, 2-1 win.
Yeah.
You scored, but we didn't win again until late November. How challenging was that period?
Oh, it was really challenging. Of course, it's like then you feel everything is going against you, all from luck to penalties to everything. So, and it's difficult to turn, because it's also about, I don't know how to explain it in English, but you need to take it really serious, but without panic. So it's difficult to get out of when you're in a bad circle. We saw it as well when we were in a good trend. Then it was like we had the feeling we cannot lose. But then when it's going bad, it's maybe you're doubting a bit more on yourself, on the team, on the whole thing in general. So it's really difficult mentally, especially, I think, because of course you want to win and you want it so much, but it's just not going your way. So it was really difficult.
You had a really good end to last season, but you've openly discussed about how tough it was earlier in the season. Really challenging period for you, particularly just after New Year, you weren't in the team. How tough was that for you, especially when you're trying to adapt to a new life, a new country? How difficult did you find that time?
I think without sounding like a crying baby, as I told you earlier today, it was tough, like, because as a person, I'm really self-critical. I think you feel when people around you are critical, of course, but when you are then self-critical, then it makes things maybe a bit worse, because then you're even a bad pass in training or whatever can be suddenly a big thing, because I was thinking, like, I didn't do that when I played in Belgium, but sometimes you you also need to look at it as at a bigger perspective. And it didn't go well for me in what, 2, 3, 4 months, and it was tough, but got through it in the end somehow. Also, sometimes for me it's not about thinking too much, because I think I'm bad at showing it, but I wanna succeed so much sometimes that it's biting myself in the ass, if I can say that. So yeah, that was my main thoughts about that period. Yeah.
Just tell us about some of the support mechanisms. I know you're really grateful for the support of some of your teammates.
Yeah, I think I'm quite close to Jim and Steve outside the pitch. So we are spending quite a lot of time together as well. So I think I've had many talks and also long talks with especially Jimmy about, because he's very good at, I think, looking after me. Has been it since I came, and we have been speaking a lot about not thinking too much about it, not thinking too much about what everybody else is saying, or just focusing on what I can. Even though I didn't play in a period, what can I do better? Like, okay, then I can go to the gym a bit more, be stronger. And also I had some good talks with Steve as well, because he's really experienced. Like, and sometimes it's difficult to see when you are in that period where it's difficult. It's difficult to, because of course it's the games where then I didn't play for a while, but it's also the day-to-day in the club. So also getting a lot of thoughts from Steve as well, because he has got a lot of experience, as I said, like what to improve and how to maybe change things, because sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes you are in a negative circle and then you're only thinking negative, instead of trying to change something. So I think these two helped me really a lot. If we're talking teammates, of course.
It seemed to be a very real turning point for you. Oxford away, a really big win for the team. You made an assist in that game. You went on to start the last 6 games and do really well, 3 assists, a goal. What are your memories from that period? It does feel like it was a big moment in your season.
Yeah, it was. Like, been waiting for I think it was the last game I was in the starting 11 was against Leicester. So I was waiting quite a while for the chance again, and I think it was the day before where Christian was setting up a meeting with Francis, the superstar manager, where he came in because he thought he had. I don't know why it was actually. I just think he wanted to speak with me. I don't know why. I don't know the context to it. But then when he came into the club, but one thing I'm sure of is it was not because that there was like really busy sales on the number 24 shirt in the superstore. So I know. Not I know. He came in. We had a good talk about everything, like everything in life from outside football on the pitch, just like, and I think it was good for me to feel that someone else not outside the club, but not the ones you see every day, like feel the trust and the will from him to me. Like I could really feel him wanting me to succeed. So I think that was a really positive experience, and I think we spoke for an hour or something, and at that point nobody knew that I would start the next day, but that gave me really some confidence, because at that moment the confidence was not really sky high. So that I think I took that into the game the next day, and then basically I just tried to play free.
Francis is a big character around the club.
Yeah.
He's been at the club for a number of years. He could obviously see that you needed the support. How much have you felt compassion from the people at QPR, because people say it's about the people, the club.
Yeah, of course. Now it's just an example with Francis, and I think I felt it, but it was especially when I was sitting like next to him, like in the same room, where I felt really, okay, this guy really wants me to succeed, you know, because of course I wanted myself, but you can, when you're in a bad period, or you can tell yourself some things that are not really true, like maybe start doubting yourself, everything, but it was important for me to hear his thoughts on me, and also how he has been watching me also, because he's been around, and yeah, it was a really positive influence, and also just made me now, every time I've played a game in the stadium, I go in the superstore to talk with him afterwards, and so it's nice. I like these kind of relations, because don't know how, but somehow it gives me something positive. Yeah.
It's not just Francis. I think everyone at QPR wants you to succeed, Nico, especially the fans who really did get to see what you were all about at the end of last season. What's your message to them heading into the new one?
Yeah, that's not easy to put in one message, but for myself, I hope and I expect for myself that I can continue how I ended, because it's for us. You can say, yeah, it was only 6 games I performed last season, but I hope I can take it into the next season. I hope I can contribute, and I hope I can take even a big responsibility, actually, because I think I'm good enough, and also for the whole team now with the new coach. I think it's going to be really exciting times. Hopefully to be a QPR fan.
Start of the season, Preston at home, 3.5 weeks away. How much are you looking forward to that, and how much are you looking forward to showing what Nico Madsen's about for the whole season?
I'm really looking forward to it. We can train, and friendly games is okay, but it's not the same feeling as you are really in the first game or in the league games where it counts. Like, then you play for points, and you play to win, and that's of course you do that every time, but that's where it matters. So I'm really looking forward to it, and let's just get the time like this, so we are standing in the stadium in 3.5 weeks with a victory, hopefully.